So now Sarah, Her Majesty has made it so we can hardly see her because she's at the edge of the screen. There you go. Now we can see you better.
And now Floki is hiding. Got it.
Yep, now he's hiding. Hi guys, I want to say thank you to everybody who has ran classes, taught, been in classes, etc. Our volunteers are how we keep this organization going. I appreciate each and every one of your time and effort in making our kingdom the greatest that there is. So thank you all for coming to this very important meeting of how we run our kingdom. I appreciate it. And Your Majesties and Your Highnesses, would you like to address the populace?
Yes. Do y'all want to start with kingdom calendar change?
Sure.
Yep.
So one of the things that we have coming forward is going to be a pretty significant change to the kingdom calendar. We've been sharing with the officers and everything, and we should have this for you all to see right now. Are you sharing that?
I'm trying, sorry.
Okay, it'll be up on the screen in a moment. What we want to emphasize is the primary purpose of the kingdom calendar change. What was most important to us is the continuity and running of the kingdom. And we really felt that having crown tournaments in January and July was having a really negative impact, with the possibility of losing our January in-person event every year and having to constantly reschedule that and not have a continuous running system. So that was our primary purpose, was getting crown tournament off of that January date. There's many fringe benefits we found once we did that and started playing with the calendar that we want to discuss with you all. But that is primarily what you're seeing now, what is going to be. So crown tournaments going forward will be in April and September, with coronations being in January and July. The other events had to be shifted slightly. This allowed us to put Kingdom A&S in October to give our kingdom lots of time to present and have great things ready for Gulf Wars, with any modifications that might need to be made beforehand. An LPT right beforehand in February, and some small other changes.
There were some real significant reasons that we wanted to go and do the kingdom calendar change at this time. Number one, it was a really great time to do it. Number two, to try to avoid canceling crown tournament due to any kind of COVID restrictions if it does pop up in the winter months. But also, we wanted to really try to lower the barrier as far as an economic entry barrier into crown tournament. With having the crown tournaments in this manner, that means that our king and queen our royals will only be required to go to either Gulf War or Pennsic, not both. It is a pretty significant economic drain on a couple if they win crown tournament, that they are merely required to go to both events. And we hoped by reducing the economic barrier to entry, we can encourage more people to participate in crown tournament and maybe grow our royal family. Also, another benefit to the calendars you'll see, we do not have another competing kingdom event in November competing against War of the Rams. We are keeping roundtable events as virtual events. So in November, it was heartbreaking to hear some of our populace say, well, I just can't afford to go to Queens and to BAM. I have to choose one, and I chose BAM, or I chose Queens. That was heartbreaking to me. So making sure that we only have one major event in that month that would really be drawing a lot of the populace, and not taking a kingdom calendar event to compete against it, was really important to me.
Another thing that we took into consideration when going through this change is the status of our populace. With the STA, we are slowly aging, and having two of our biggest outdoor kingdom events in two of the worst parts of the year has made it hard for those that have health concerns to be able to make it out in the middle of the summer, in the middle of the winter, to attend an outdoor event. Switching it will allow to have these primarily outdoor events in parts of the year that the weather is more nice, and it lets us have two events that typically when we want to wear the fancy dresses and get all dolled up, we want to have coronation a lot of times on indoor sites. And having these events indoors in the middle of the winter and the summer just makes a lot of sense. Also, this also opens up the possibility of having camping at Crown Tournament in the future, putting it in better months of the year. So overall, we all thought that this would be a good time and a good place, especially with how COVID has really screwed up our calendar anyways. And we hope that this change is to the benefit of more of the majority of the kingdom.
We also did write into Kingdom Law the Coronet Tournament with Vinheim. While we did protect the Coronet Tournament in Vinheim, it is not protected against Southern events or the principal Kingdom of Ansteorra events. So, for example, if a Southern group wanted to have a Yule event on the second weekend of December, that'd be absolutely fine to have against Coronet in Vinheim in the second week of December.
We also extended the.
You'll notice I was really in love with the 6 months. However, upon further reflection, it really made a lot of sense to have our Crown Tournament in September for two big reasons. Number one, giving October to King ANS allows the heirs as well as the king and queen to choose their champion for Gulf War and their Kingdom ANS champion. It also gives the PMP reign an extra month to not have so much of a time crunch before stepping up in January to possibly enjoy some family time during the busy holiday season. Yes. So the next thing we'd like to share with you is we did add some time for the groups to be able to choose and lock in their PEDs on the Kingdom calendar. We gave, I want to say this wrong.
So the provinces,
Right.
and the baronies are going to be given 24 months in addition to the multi-group events will be given 24 months to secure events on the calendar. And the shires, cantons, ridings, and not province and barony groups will be given 36 months to put events on the calendar. So we believe that was going to be a great benefit for groups that wanted to lock in sites that are traditionally now booking out over a year in advance, sometimes 2 years in advance, to get these really wonderful sites. So we really wanted to give that opportunity out there for groups that want to take advantage of it.
And then the last thing that we wanted to talk about was the training program. We have brought aboard a new deputy under the Seneschal to be a training officer. And the intent of this is to get many of the classes that we offer at Red Tape, especially our warranting classes, in a online format that everybody can either watch online, take online, be able to refresh between red tapes. If there's any issues with warranting between the two roundtables, then you can attend these classes virtually and we can work on your warrants mid-year. In all, the intent is to make training within the kingdom more accessible to the greater amount of people. Adding in things like closed captioning for these classes so that people with hearing difficulties can read the class instead of having to listen to it. Especially with us keeping on with this virtual format, at least for the next couple events, that having training available to more people in more places will just make us a stronger kingdom. That's what we had for the beginning.
Thank you, Your Majesties and Your Highnesses.
Thank you.
And I look forward to seeing these calendar changes and the extension of the event calendar dates reserved and see how they affect our kingdom. I am certain that they will assist our events a lot. As far as my report, we need groups to volunteer to run kingdom events. We are working on improving our event process. Right now, we are requesting events via the Facebook page and the mailing list, but we will be working on improving the process, providing information, etc. But please, please, please consider putting in the event bids for Kingdom Calendar events. One of the things we are requesting, in addition to our standard, who is running it, what's your budget, what's the site look like, etc., is we are also asking you to evaluate accessibility. As their Majesties and their Highnesses have pointed out, we are aging and accessibility is becoming extremely important. But even before we were aging, accessibility was extremely important. So please look into that. The other thing I just want to remind everybody, the number of COVID cases has increased. At this point in time, Texas and Oklahoma still appear to be safe. However, we could potentially have to go back to masks. We will do everything in our everything that we can to not cancel events, because that is not something we enjoy. We like seeing everybody in person, but please be aware that we are going to look at the safety of our population as much as possible. So please, let's hope that we don't have to do anything, but just be aware and look out for any of those reminders. My Seneschals and my regional Seneschals have been doing a great job. I appreciate each and every one of you. And that is my report. So, Webminister, if you would like to give your report. Thank you. Minister of Arts and Sciences, would you like to go, please?
Okay, thank you. Thank you to everyone who attended the classes today. It was very productive. Some exciting things happening for arts and sciences in the kingdom. We have King's College coming up in June in Wildwood. It's a day full of classes and on all sorts of topics. We've got several tracks already lined up. We are still soliciting for teachers, so if you're interested, please use the form and sign up. Just a thing, teachers are getting in for free. So if you teach a class, you do not pay a site fee. And if you're a member, that means it is free, including lunch, the whole bit. Excellent day. So I look forward to seeing everybody there. I'm making the trip and going to be teaching as myself. So hope to see everybody there. We have a performing arts symposium happening in July. Baron of Bjornsburg is hosting it, but it's going to be a day of classes, all sorts of performing arts, dancing, music, storytelling, all sorts of performances there. Then in October, we will have Kingdom Arts and Sciences, where we will be choosing our golf course champions and the new Kingdom Artisan. We are soliciting bids for that now. So if you think you have a good site for it, please follow the directions on how to submit a bid. We are always looking for great sites. So if you know of one that would work, please submit for that. If you have any questions about what is required, please let me know. And arts are alive and well in Ansteorra, and I look forward to seeing what everybody's doing and more arts better. That's all I have. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Marshal, Master Avery is here representing Kingdom Earl Marshal. So,
Hi all. Yeah, Asif had a mundane thing come up, so he asked me to step in. What he has sent me, first off, we have several open offices that are needing applicants. The Kingdom Missile Marshal, the Kingdom Siege Marshal, the Kingdom Youth Combat Marshal. That's a big one because Her Excellency Mirren has been doing this for a while now as a temp, and this means she's been doing multiple jobs, would really like a break. Please, if someone would, if folks have time, please consider putting in applications to be the various offices. Letting everybody know on the heavy field, there was a miscommunication from society. Blue foam, otherwise known as the Walmart camp mat, is allowed in helms. Previous society Earl Marshal said that he would have added or trusted this kind of phone in his own helmet. So yeah, it was miscommunication. It's fine, use it. Changes to the Marshal's handbook. There's some language getting cleaned up. Great sword will be 2 words as grammatically correct rather than 1 word, which is not. As an example, armor requirements. There's some changes coming as far as the body armor on the heavy field, eliminating the statement that says the area covers the top of the hip bone to the bottom of the shoulder blades and to at least the midpoint of the sides of the body. The rest of it will remain. That is body, shoulder, and groin armor, section 1. General comment from Sir Asif, fighting is alive and well. We are seeing some injuries as we shake off the rust that the pandemic has given all of us. Be kind to yourself. Look out for your fellow Ansteorrans. Keep the injury reports coming in. It's a good data to collect and helps the Marshals keep all of us safe. We are headed to summer. Please watch out for heat injuries. We spent far too long inside, and most of us have lost our ability to deal with the heat. We've got Warlord coming up. We have Castellan. We have Coronation, which will have King's Champion. We will have Queen's Champion right after that. Those last 2 are both in the middle of July. Everyone, please take care of yourselves. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Thank you.
thank you, Avery. Chronicler.
Yes. Good afternoon, everybody. I am the ER deputy for your Kingdom Chronicler, Honorable Lady Beatrix. I am Lillias. I was just stepping in today for her to give her report. So the first thing she wanted to do was thank all of the local chroniclers who are stepping up and getting in the habit of publishing regularly. You are very much appreciated. She would like to encourage the general populace to support your chronicler, both by reading the newsletters and giving feedback and letting them know that they're appreciated, but also sharing content. If there's something you would like to see or that you can provide, please do so. A couple of exciting new things going on in the Chronicler office. We have a new version of the event ad checklist. Yay! This should be available in about the next 24 hours. They're working on getting it up on the website, and it will still be a fillable PDF, so that has not changed. But there have been some updates. Old material that is no longer relevant has been removed, like the need to have a cost sent in with your ad, because ads no longer cost. There's been some new material added, like reminders for the size formatting and that it needs to be a PDF to make sure that that's correct before it gets sent up. And there has been some content reworded for clarity. So hopefully it makes a little more sense to everybody. She is also working with the Kingdom social media officer to create a new Kingdom-specific Facebook Chroniclers group as a casual forum for asking questions and sharing ideas. And there will be more on that in the near future. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And our Exchequer?
Howdy. So I have some exciting news. We are in the testing phase of rolling out heraldry payments via PayPal. Yay. We've just got a few tests that we need to make sure it's smooth, make sure people can see it on their phones and can get everything in that they need to get in so that we can track that and start rolling that out. We've had some bad news in the efforts of PayPal at events. PayPal has changed the way that they're processing that, and it is cost prohibitive at this point. And the society Exchequer, it would be a variance to even try to use the process that they have now, even though it's very expensive to do so. So we're going to hold off on that a little bit and researching some other options to try to get us PayPal at the gate, so that we could all pay electronically instead of having to carry cash or checks to events. Let's see, I've got 2 new officers that are going to be coming in. I've got an application for our Southern Exchequer. I'll be sending an email to verify that she's good, and as soon as I get the email back from her, we'll announce names. And the same situation for our NMR deputy. As soon as I get an email back that they're good, we'll be ready to rock and roll with that one too. Other than that, Exchequer is going strong. Things that have happened since last roundtable. Guys, I cannot tell you how excited I am to tell you that Ansteorra was the 5th kingdom out of all of the kingdoms to get our doomsday report in and done. And that is astronomical. Our kingdom has not done that successfully in at least 10 years, if not more. So yay, us. Our Exchequers worked their tails off and got that done, and I am eternally grateful. I actually had very little to do with that, even though it looks really great to say we got it done. It was all on our Exchequers and our Doomsday Exchequer, who couldn't be here with us today. But know that she is also eternally grateful to you guys for all the work that you've done and for making this work for us. So I'm excited that we're getting back to events. That means that our coffers will fill back up, and we're ready to rock and roll. That's it.
Thank you. Star Principal Herald.
Hello, everyone. My name is Elena Wyth. I am Star Principal Herald, the person in charge of the College of Heralds and Scribes for Ansteorra. We have had a fair amount of turnover recently, and I'm very excited. We have new folks in our Zodiacus. So Zodiacus Herald has stepped up Lady Estrel. She was previously Sable Crane, so I thank her for her service there and for moving on into Zodiacus. She is an extremely important role in who you send your court reports to after events. She's the one who makes sure that the OP is up to date. If any of you did not notice or did not catch the news, we do have a new field in the OP where you can put your title, your preferred title, be that Lord, Lady, Armiger, Magistra, etc. So we have those alternate titles available, and you can indicate your preference in your OP listing. So very excited with that. Our new Sable Crane in charge of our registering achievements, and we are in fact the only kingdom to register achievements, is Honorable Lady Safia. I'd also like to thank Fruha for stepping into the Asterisk Herald position. She takes over our internal submissions. So when you submit a name or badge, household badge name, they go to her first. I also have our new notifications. Lord Liam is taking over Arbalest Pursuivant. I'd like to thank Master Tig for holding down that fort for so long. We also have a new Lillias Herald in charge of our social media and graphics. That is Chufu Huzhen. I'm really excited to work with her. Lady Marjorie was stolen savagely from us by society, and we wish her all the best in that role. I'd also like to make sure that I thank His Excellency William for holding down the front as a Zodiacus prior to Estrel's taking over. I do still have some positions available, so never fret. If you would like to jump into the deep end and join the cool kids in the College of Heralds or Scribes, we have a position for you. Currently, I am looking for a Treasurer Herald who's in charge of our education documents and then heraldic education. I'm also looking for an Actuarius. Our Actuarius swaps over in July. So if you would like to help with warranting new heralds, that position is coming available. I'm also looking for Eclipse, our Central Regional Herald, somebody to help with paperwork and with those groups that do not have a local herald of their own. Otherwise, we're extremely excited that the PayPal option is coming soon. So once we get that tested and running, be on the lookout for training on how we will be incorporating that into our everyday heraldic repertoire. Otherwise, things are going well. We do have 2 amazing heraldic and scribal events coming up. Our first is the Known World. So Ansteorra was chosen to host the Known World Heraldic and Scribal Symposium that is being hosted by the Principality of Vindheim. Honorable Lady Ney and Master Brian William are the autocrats for that. That is on July 22nd through 24th. It is going to be a all day and night event. And if you are interested in helping with that or in offering a class, we do have that information on the website. And we are also accepting bids for our Ansteorra and Heraldic and Scribal event. And that would be an event that we host in Kingdom to share our knowledge of amazing scribal and heraldic knowledge. The college is thriving. People are registering things. We are still the most winningest, the most registeringest kingdom in the known world. So props to all you guys. Great work. Keep it coming. We love to register all the things. I think that's good for me. So back to you.
Thank you so much. I failed to thank Honorable Lady Silvana as Kingdom Minister of Children. She is stepping down effective today. And I want to welcome Lady Catherine as the Minister of Children effective today. So I do apologize. Your Majesties, would you like to address the group or would you like to have court opened?
We'll do a closing words afterwards, but can you give us Catherine's full name for everybody's?
I did not quite hear you. I'm sorry.
Can you give us Catherine's full name for everybody in the audience that?
Oh, yes, sorry. Let me pull that up. It is Lady Catherine Ann DeWolf. I do apologize. Thank you.
And yeah, if you want to go ahead with opening court now, and we'll do closing words at the end. I think Avery has frozen. Okay, there he is.
No, he's on mute.
He's muted.
Mute is a thing. This does now open the court of their stellar majesties, Floki and Elizabeth, in the presence of their most royal highnesses, Torin and Crepin.
Most royal.
Pray heed the words of their most stellar majesties. Or their seneschal who needs to do kingdom law changes. You're on mute.
And she's on mute.
She's muted.
Not just me, I feel better.
Your Majesties and Your Highnesses, do I have your leave to address the populace?
Yes, please.
Thank you. Just so everybody knows, to have changes in law, we have to read them in court. That is why we're opening court. I do apologize. I know it's not exactly exciting, but the changes are Article 3, Section 4, line item B, updated language to read, theatrical presentations may only include weapons designed for theater use. The use of stage weapons must be approved in advance by the Crown. The Crown cannot transfer authority. Article 4, Section 2, subsection 1, renamed to Crown Tournaments, Coronations, and Principality Coronet Tournaments. Article 4, Section 2, subsection 1, A1, change to read. Spring Crown Tournament occurs in April, preferably on the second weekend. Article 4, Section 2, Subsection 1A2, change to read. Fall Crown Tournament occurs in September, preferably on the second weekend. Article 4, Section 2, Subsection 1B, change to read. Coronations occur in January and July, preferably on the second weekend. Added Article 4, Section 2, Subsection 1C, which reads, Vendheim Coronet tournaments will occur as follows. 1. Summer Coronet tournament occurs in June, preferably on the third weekend. Winter Coronet tournaments occur in December, preferably on the second weekend. 3. Groups outside of Vendheim may have events on these scheduled weekends in compliance with the guidance outlined in Article 4, Section 4A. Article 4, Section 2, Subsection 2A, change to read. King's Round Table is held once each reign between Crown Tournament and Coronation. Article 4, Section 2, Subsection 2B, change to read. Queen's Champion is held once each reign on a date no later than 6 weeks after coronation. Article 4, Section 3A, change to read. All groups are entitled to one perpetual event date, PED, per year. The list will be maintained by the Kingdom Seneschal and the Calendar Deputy and will be changed by request from the branch Seneschal and landed nobility/royalty with the approval of the Crown. Article 4, Section 4B, change to read. Shires, cantons, colleges, and strongholds may schedule events up to 36 months in advance. I am adding a change there, Your Majesties, to add writings. I do apologize. I will make that correction. Article 4, Section 4C, change to read. Principalities, baronies, and provinces may schedule events up to 24 months in advance. PED dates are scheduled in perpetuity, but may only be changed within the 24-month time limit. Article 4, Section 4D, change to read. Multi-group events may be scheduled up to 24 months in advance. Article 4, Section 5, change to read. A firm to have served in an administrative office of the SCA or equivalent for at least a total of 1 year or as King or Queen's Champion. And Article 9, Section 8C, corrected numbering on who had exceptions. That is all the changes that were listed, that were changed in Kingdom Law. Your Majesties, is there, do I have your leave to depart? Cool.
That it? This does close the court of their most stellar majesties in the presence of their most royal highnesses. Vivat Rex!
Vivat Rex!
Vivat Regina! Yay!
Vivat Regina!
Vivat Princeps!
Vivat
Princess!
Vivat Principessa!
Vivat Princess!
Vivat Vendheim!
Vivat Vendheim!
Vivat Ansteorra!
Vivat
Ansteorra!
Woohoo!
Right. Then we just had a few little closing things to say. As Asa said, we are getting back into the summer. It is getting warm out. Many of us are not acclimatized to the heat. Please take care of yourself. Keep yourself cool and hydrated as much as possible. Understand where your limits are, please. We wanted to give a public thank you in this forum to all of those that helped us at Beaufort, and all of those that attended Beaufort. We were going back to the pictures last week, and we had an amazing force come out for more this year, and everything that you did to help not only us, but the kingdom, your local groups, your friends, it makes the war great. I want to thank all of the officers, both great and small, for helping to keep our kingdom running during the last year. You keep this kingdom operational, and it is greatly appreciated, even by the babies upstairs. Also, you wanted to say something about this?
Yes, with everything getting back into the swing of things, let's take a look at membership. Encourage each other to renew your blue card memberships, and along with that, the newcomers that we are bringing into the society. Let them know the benefits that they get with membership. This helps us out as a kingdom, and it enables us to keep doing what we are doing. So blue card memberships, re-update them, please.
Yeah, and as a reminder, as we've said in all of our other events, our fondest desire is to make the SCA more welcoming, inviting, and more fun in the ways that everyone enjoys it. So please, if you have any suggestions on how we can help you do that, please send those emails to us. Let us know. We've already gotten a couple and have put them in action. So thank you to those that have sent words to us already. And thank you to everyone who we know will send words to us in the future.
Thank you so much for all your help and volunteer for all running events. Be sure whenever you're looking at event sites to keep accessibility one of your priorities.
Thank you all.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you all.